Hi all, good morning. I am Krishna Gadipe from the RISE core team. Welcome to the testing track session. And especially from last couple of days, we are primarily discussing on the Tosca, which is an automation tool with respect to the testing. So prior to getting started today, we'll just spend quick 1 minute trying to understand about the Women Who Code chapter, and then quickly we'll move on to the training session for today. So Women Who Code is a worldwide organization spread across in more than 122 countries with a member base of almost 250,000. And when it comes to the mission of Women of Code, it is all about supporting the women to excel in the respective career technology within the IT industry. So the mission of Women of Code is to inspire women to excel in the technology careers. And moving on to the vision, it's all about a world where diverse women are better represented as engineers and tech leaders. So these forum have a code of conduct, and we request all the members to adhere to this code of conduct. So Women of Code is all about equality. It doesn't want to discriminate anyone based on age, religion, socioeconomic status, caste, creed, political affiliation, or whatnot. So it speaks about equality, and it tries to treat each one of us equally. So for the detailed code of conduct, we request all the participants to go through the below link that has been shared on this particular slide. And we request each one of you to adhere to the code of conduct of Women of Code. And moving on, the RISE program training tracks, it could be either testing or Hadoop or Java. They are being primarily hosted from the Women Who Code Hyderabad chapter. So we request each one of you to enroll to this particular chapter, and at the same time, try to utilize the other networking events that are being hosted from this particular platform, which is basically to support the women to get back them onto the mainstream workforce. So with that, I would like to thank Sneha, today's trainer again, for helping us on hosting this session. Thank you, Sneha, for your continuous contribution with respect to the testing training delivery. So again, today we are going to get started with Sneha itself. With that, I would like to hand over the control to Sneha. Over to you, Sneha.
Thank you, Hari. Can I have someone share their screen who has Tosca so that we can start? Yeah. Someone want to take lead? Okay, I'm seeing Shweta's screen. Thank you, Shweta. Okay. Now that you have Tosca installed, and we will be scanning the page today, okay? Scanning the page for finding an object. The first task for starting your automation in any of the automation tool is you have to scan objects on the page, because on those particular objects you have to perform actions. So Shweta, can you go to the training workspace that we had started? Can you click on training? Let me take control. Shweta, can you allow me for the control? Okay. Okay, great. Yes. Thank you, Shweta. So
can
here,
you please mute me? Sneha, can you please mute me?
Yes. I suppose I will not be able to mute you. It's fine, right?
Yeah. Whom do we need to mute? Is it Shweta?
Shweta, Shweta.
Yeah. Let me do that. Yes, it's done.
Okay. So the modules part, we will be first scanning, okay? Now, here you have a view which you can set up for yourself, which will be very easier for you to go and develop your test cases. Okay, so you can see here when I'm moving my cursor, white cursor that is moved, it is showing me where you want to place this particular section, right? So let's place this particular section modules on right hand side, because it is very important for the objects to be there for you. Okay, and on left hand side I will have my test cases. So if test cases are not there, section is not there, you can just go to the project section which has all the sections in it, and you can get this test cases section. You just right click on this, and you have lot of controls which are there for opening this particular test case in a new window, like section format. You just click on this open a new window. Okay, so you can see here now a section of the test cases is also open. So I just drag it and I drop it in this. And training section, I can just drag and drop in this. Okay, so but I need modules and test cases which will be developed. Okay, now whatever modules that you scan for your application, these are the application modules, and the one section which they give in the project, right, for modules, they are the, so it is again not there. So let's go to this training workspace and take the standard module. So these are the standard modules section which is there. Okay, so now we'll require the standard module because we need to open that particular home page or the website or a desktop application. So for that you need standard modules to be there. So we'll try to import this standard modules. So like I said, standard modules are in your C drive. So you go to C drive, Tosca projects, Tosca commander, and here you can see the standard module which is there. Okay, so you will import this thing. So these are the common modules which are imported. So these are your standard modules that get imported. So here you can see these are some of the common modules which Tosca Tricentis already provides you. Okay, some basic window operations are there, like if you want to send keys or save as which opens in a explorer. Okay, dialog box, if you have any context menu. Then you buffer the value. Buffer is nothing but kind of value variable that you store. So these are some common utilities which are used enterprise wise or worldwide. Okay, so what they have done is that they have provided a single file of standard modules for you to use these values. Now when we have this opening of URL which is there, so that thing we'll be finding it in, we can do through a T-box start program also, but the best is you can use an HTML engine and you use a open URL. Okay, so now these modules are given by Tricentis. Okay, but how come you can know that what all needs to be used in this particular module? That thing you can check it here. So you just right click on these columns that you see. You choose a column chooser and you have a description column. Okay, so these are the extra columns also which you can add. Let me just add this, drag this description column here. So here you can see the description what this particular module is doing. Okay, so this particular module will help you to open a URL with a browser based on the test configuration parameter that you provide. Browser unknown or empty, or desktop browser which you want to open. Any of the browser which you want to open, type different types of browser you can open with this particular function. Okay, so these are the small module functions which they have given. So you can see here different like what this T-box start program will do. You can see one column I've added, but I'm able to see all the things which this particular module can perform. So team, any questions you have till here about the standard modules, how I imported and why I imported, what will be required from the standard modules? Okay, so these modules which I have imported, these are not my application modules. Okay, not related to my applications. They are general modules. See, I can just make any changes to the name format also. So just go ahead if you have any questions here. Are you clear how I imported the standard modules from import subset? I just had clicked on modules. I clicked on import subset. I went to the location of C drive, Tosca projects, Tosca workspaces. And then Tosca workspaces, I was able to find this modules. Okay. I will give you a 2 minutes time to just recollect. And if you have any questions, you can go ahead with your questions. So now this web-based pages are usually built with HTML. Okay, they have HTML objects, DOM objects on them, so they are lying under HTML. Like that, many extensions are there. So you can have XML or JSON code also there. Mails you can check. Okay, emails you can check. Excel you can check. Java is there. If Java specific thing, if you want to check PDF, if you want to compare and scan. So these all things are very important from your application perspective, or throughout the application these things are required. Okay, text stream and all, which is there. Now these are the common modules which Tosca has provided. Now let us take one application module which we will do now. If okay, let's take demo web shop. Okay, so this is my website which is open. I'll go on the first home page which is displayed. Okay, so this is my website I want to open. So I will create a new test case. So you can see automatically it has created the folders when I imported the standard modules for me. Okay, so virtual folders are created where incomplete test cases you can find out, or test cases which are complete, or orphan test cases. Okay, so different things like full array, empty array. These are all the things which you can verify with this. And in standard modules, it has made you some test cases from the modules which is provided. So JSON test cases it has made, and XML. Okay, it has given you the sample code with the standard module which you have scanned. Now, this is the sample thing. Now we'll create our own new test case for demo web shop or demo training. Okay, so I will name this test case as demo training. So you got how I have created the test case. I just right click on the test cases folder. You can see here icon of blue color which is create test case. Okay, so whichever icon which is belonging to that particular section, you will be seeing in the same color. Okay, so test cases is blue color, so you will see the creating test cases in blue color same. If you want to create folder also same, and library functions or reusable steps which are there which are created will be also having the linking same. Similarly, if you see in the module section, you will have everything in orange color. If you want to add explicit any modules, you can add, or xscan module and basic classic module you can add, and also the folder if you want any. Okay, So is it clear how I added this particular test case? You can see here test case is added, but it has some sign inside it showing as fixing the test case, right? So that means the work state of it is in a planned status. Okay. So from planned, if I move to in work, you can see the sign changing. You can see now it is moved halfway. If I put completed, now this sign should go off. Okay, so this means that this particular test case is completed. Okay, now let's put it in a planned state and start the test case. Now, for making your test case, we will just minimize this. Any questions you have here? Anyone? I'm actually not able to see the participant list. Any question out you have here? The new test case that we created.
Maybe shall we ask
Hari?
them to do parallelly with us, with you?
Yes,
Sneha?
yes. Yes, that will
Well,
also
they do hands-on. I
Yeah.
request each one of you to be active, and we encourage you for a active discussion rather than like
Yeah.
one way flow
If
of
you
the
want,
information.
I can, Shweta, I can give you back the control and you can control it. I can just guide you how you can do it. Okay. Yeah.
So Vaishali, Sahiti, Murshita, Firdos, any questions with respect to whatever is being discussed right now?
Have I imported the modules or how I created the test case? Shweta, can you go back and create a new test case for demo webshop? Yeah, you see that blue icon, right? Yes, you were on right track. Blue icon near that orange icon. Yeah, you can just hover and see what all controls are. Yeah, create test library. Yeah, create business test case. Above only. Whatever you want to create new will be in above section. Okay. Create test step library folder. After that, what is there? Folder structure, virtual folder, create test case. So you need create test case, right? Yeah, create test case. You go there. Okay. Change the test case work state. Yeah, rename this test case if you want. Rename the test case to what you want, like demo web shop or testing, verify the register login or login page, verify login page, like that. Yeah, remove that new test case. It's not required. It should be modified according to what you are working on. Okay. Can we have all performing this?
Whoever have the installation, may we request them to get started and do along with the
Yeah.
trainer, whoever is having the installation. And by the way, like Sneha, maybe like
Yes.
we had to check like whether they got an opportunity to go through the courses which have been suggested in the
Yes.
last previous session. So anyone like did you got a chance to go through the content that Sneha had asked you earlier in the previous session?
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, this is Vaishali. So I have done the two chapters already. So I'm a little bit confused in the third one. So that automation specialist level 1. So yeah.
Third
So
chapter is on what?
test case only.
Okay, test cases only. Great.
Yeah.
Then what all doubts you have, you can ask here, right?
Yeah, so I'm trying to understand actually. So first step is that we need to create first module, right?
Right, modules.
And then we scan the application.
Yes.
And then after that, we need to create the test case.
Create a test case, right? Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that much I'm clear. After that, I'm little confused. So you did the T box and the open URL.
Yeah.
So I didn't get it properly.
Yeah, because standard modules are not there. So if we first have to scan the page.
Okay.
Shweta, can you just go to this modules on right hand side?
In right hand. Okay.
Yeah. Right click on the modules folder. So from here we'll add the application modules. Okay. So we'll scan first. That is the actual thing which is followed. So first you scan the page. So click on scan application. We have an application which is to be scanned. So it will start the scan and it will scan all things that are present on your desktop. Okay. So which is a site that you have to scan? Demo Webshop. Okay. So just click on the control register, login and shopping cart above. Yeah. Register, login. Click on login. Yeah, you have taken register. You can see controls are adding on left hand side. Shopping cart you take. Yeah, wish list, search, store, search button. Yes. Okay. Computers. Yeah. Electronics. So this is how we scan the objects. Okay. Gift cards. Gift cards you have taken it as LI. Just check gift cards again. LI you're taking. That LI stands for the list. Okay. HTML objects. Take gift cards again. Yes. So this icons that you see, right? The icons are showing where link is present. Okay. And OK button you can see. So OK search button which is shown. So buttons will be shown with OK in it. Okay. If you try to scan just vote button, just try vote button scanning, Shweta. Just click on that vote button outside. Yeah. So you can see here vote is a button. So it is showing you OK sign near it. Okay. So whatever is link will be shown as a link. So if you click on excellent, click on excellent, good, poor, very bad. So A stands for label. Okay, these are the signs that are shown in the module. So A stands for label. If you just click Shweta, can you click on the radio button which is beside excellent, the circle button? Not this. Excellent, near excellent. Yeah, these radio buttons. Yeah, you can see here. So this radio button, if you can see, it is added as 1. Okay, you can see the sign which is getting added on its own. Okay, so now you're done. Just go back to that control. Yeah, expand it. No, don't minimize it. Yeah, open that. Open the Xscan which you have opened. Yeah, other screen. Not this. The beside that. Yeah, click on that. Okay. Just do alt tab. Can you press alt tab from your keyboard? Alt and tab together. Yeah, press alt tab again. The first screen which comes, then you release a tab. No, when the screen comes now, you just have to release tab. Okay, press alt tab together, and when the screen comes, you release the tab so that screen is displayed. Okay. Yes. Now you're there. Just maximize the screen. Yeah, maximize it. Okay. Go to advanced, click on advanced. Great. Okay. Now these things we have scanned. Okay. So you can see a filtered items which are shown above. Yeah. Now it is shown not filtered items. Beside that, there is a section of filtered items. Yeah. Take it to selected, move it to selected. Yeah. Here, from here also you can take filters, move it to selected. No, filtered items. Go to filtered items above. Yeah. Move that cursor to 0 where you have selected. Okay. So these are showing all the controls which you have selected. Okay. Now these controls which you take, you scan, you have to scan it in a manner that it should be uniquely identified. Can you keep your cursor on register, Shweta? Yes. Yeah, down you can see a message is displayed that this item is uniquely selected. Okay. So what it is taking on right hand side, you can see the properties which it is taking. It is taking inner text, register, and tag as A. Okay. Similarly, login you can check. Okay, Ruth, you want me to share the links again? Okay, here also you can see the properties on right hand side. Okay, now the properties which are in technical right, they are very robust properties which will not hamper your test cases. But you have to remember that whenever it is a, if you can check what is the value in outer HTML, href, login, and all those things are shown, right? Can you click on that href for outer HTML property? Technical, go to technical property again. You can see outer HTML. Yeah. In this outer HTML value, you can see yes. This value which you can see, right? This value can change anytime, because tomorrow if developer he adds one more link saying that sign up or this thing, then your test case which is there or your automation script will fail. So we never go for these kinds of properties. So we are taking a property which is very easy to understand and it is uniquely identifying my object. Okay, so if you take here inner text and the tag are the two properties. Can you come out, Shweta? Yeah. So inner text and tag are the two properties which are identifying my object uniquely. On bottom, you can see a message which is displayed that this login object which you are seeing is the selected item is unique. Yeah, on the left hand corner, you can see a message written at the bottom. The selected item is unique. Yeah. You got it. So shopping cart, if you take it, that is also uniquely identified. Wish list is also uniquely identified. Search button is uniquely identified. So we try to store this particular module. Okay, where whatever we have scanned, we are storing this particular module now. So are you able to see demo web shop on topmost thing above login register? Yes, click on that and change its name to registration. Okay, so this is a registration section that we will be taking. Okay. So in registration section, what you will have? Register, login, shopping cart, wish list, search. Okay. The rest all things you can uncheck. So we don't require computers, electronics, apparels, shoes, and now. So this is the way you have to scan. Okay, remove all those things. Yeah. Yeah, remove it. Remove two also. Okay, so first is the registration section. Okay, so this is the registration section that first we'll take. So all these are uniquely identified. That's why they are not showing you in orange color. Okay. You can just check, keep your cursor on shopping cart. Now with shopping cart, you just have to verify that it is not showing any numbers. Okay. Shopping cart inner text is not showing any number. Also check with here it is showing in the name, but in technical properties, is it showing? Check in your technical property. Technical property is for identifying that property, right? So number should not be there, because numbers, if they are there, some person will take 5 clothes, some other person will take some 10 clothes or 20 clothes, and the one who likes shopping will take more than that. So you cannot depend on the numbers. Okay, so we'll check all the properties are proper or not. This here on left hand side that you see is only the name that is provided. Similarly, can you go for the wish list? Yeah, here also you can see there are no numbers which are associated with the wish list, right? So you just save this particular thing. Click on save. On topmost right left hand corner, you can see topmost left hand corner above that there is a save icon. Yes, so you can see a message gets generated on the right hand side bottom, module saved successfully. Okay, so your module is saved. So this is your application module. Okay, so this is the application module that you have scanned. Now what you do, you just drag this registration into the new test case that you have developed. Yeah, drag it and drop it there. Yes, this is the way you create your test step. Okay, so this is your first test step, that you are registering on the particular site. So before that you need an open URL also, right? So can you expand that standard module? So there is a standard format for open URL which we checked previously, right? Yeah, just go to T-box X engines down. Yeah, just scroll down. We have to go to HTML. Yeah, expand that. You can see HTML on right hand side also. Yeah, just expand that HTML. Expand that arrow. No, arrow you expand. Okay, so just drag this open URL and put it in new test case. If this is not possible, other way is also there. Instead of dragging and dropping also, you can perform other action. Okay, so this is, you have created a new test case, Shweta. Just delete that. You have to add in your test case, right? So delete this. Just keep your cursor on new test case. Now I'll show you the other method which you can do. Keep your cursor on new test case and right click on it. You can see add search and add test step, last option. Yeah, or you can directly start with Control T, which they have shown. Okay, just type open URL together. You can see a thing is generated in T-box X engine HTML. It is showing. Okay, so select that. It is showing the node path also. Select that. So URL is there. So open URL should be first before the registration, right? So just drag that open URL above registration. Yeah, drag it in. No, just do Control Z, Control Z, press Control Z to remove this. And just drag it and place it up above. Yes, you are able to see that black line, then release. Bring it down. Drag it from the demo training. You'll able to see a black line which will get generated. Drag it from there. Above registration, a black line will get generated. Then you have to release that. Okay. Yeah, drag now open URL. Drag the open URL and put it in new test case first. Yes, release it. Now it is in your test case. Okay, now you drag open URL and keep it above registration. You will get a black line that will be generated. Just take it above, drag it. Yes, release it. You can see a black line generated, which will show you that you have to place above registration. Okay, so this is how you have to move in the test case. Okay, now can you give the URL here? Just drag this module, Shweta, module section, entire module section. Above you can see a blue thing. You can see where modules is written. Yes. Now you drag this thing and just drag it. You will get a sign which gets generated. Just drag it. Yeah, drag it down. Yeah, you can see a sign gets generated. Drag it towards the right hand side where training is, training section is there. Drag it there. So you can see here the sections you can drag easily. Okay. Where training is written, you put it there. Okay. Where training is written, you can see above section name training. Not this, above that. Here you have to put, just drag and drop it there. Yes, exactly. Good. So on this part, if we are good, right? So how you can just drag and drop and create the section separately. So you have any questions here? Just feel free to interrupt me if you have any questions, and I can help you out with whatever you are not understanding up till now. Is everyone clear on how you can do open URL and registration? So open URL is the one that we took from the standard modules, which are the common modules, okay? And registration is our application module. So our application name is demo webshop, and we have scanned that particular application and we have taken this module, right? So everyone is okay with it? Shall I move forward, or anyone has questions?
This is only just creating the test case, right? Not test
Yes.
scenario.
Test scenario is created in test planning. Okay. So whatever you have, right? Test case is created. Okay. First, we'll create a test case, and then you can have scenarios also for test cases.
Okay, so are we going to create test case for each item which is under registration?
No, not like that. You have to create a test case as in manually how you create a test case, that I will verify a login page. So that test case you have to create entirely. That's why when she dragged the module, right, you would have seen that for registration also it was creating a new test case. But we don't require for each module, you don't have to create a new test case. Okay, it is the same manner which you create your manual test case. So if I want to do it manually, how will I do verifying the login page? I will open the URL, I will go to click the registration button, I will enter my email ID, my password, and my first name, last name, and then I will click on submit. So this is my end-to-end login page scenario, right? So that same scenario you have to do in the test case. That's it. Your manual test case only you have to convert to the automation part. Okay. So same thing we are doing here. Is it clear?
It's clear.
Yeah. So now we have opened the URL. So here we need to give a URL which you want to open. Okay. So can you copy the URL, Shweta?
Yeah.
The demo web shop URL. Can you copy that? Copy that URL, demo webshop priceindex.com.
Yeah.
And paste it in this URL where you are able to see URL, right? In the value column you paste. URL, only URL you are able to see. Yes. In the value column you paste this. Yeah, just click there and paste it.
Can you see?
Yes, yes, it's there, right? So just come out. You can see action mode already they have given it as input. Okay, so nothing else you have to do. If there are web driver browser arguments, if you want to pass, just can you expand that web driver browser arguments?
Oh, it's not able to expand.
Yeah, it's expanded. You can see an argument which is there, right? So if you want to pass any arguments, those arguments also you can pass from here. Okay, it depends on the application to application. So here this application does not require any arguments to be passed. Now can you click on registration? So we have done with open URL. Okay, now each test step that you create here, right, when you are creating each test step, that test step you can execute and check. Okay, so just go to open URL. Can you rename this new test case, Shweta, according
Yeah,
to your name?
sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Verifying login page like that. Okay.
Is
Yes,
this?
yes, rename was there, right? First one.
Is
Yeah, try to explore all these things so that it is easier for you. Okay. Yeah, rename it.
so
Verify login page or login page verification like that. Whatever you are working on, right? Scenario. So I hope this trainings will also help you to complete the trainings for AS1 and AS2. Okay. All right. So open URL is done. Can we check whether this particular test step is done properly? Just right click on open URL and do run in Scratchbook. Okay. Run in Scratchbook is like you are debugging it. So do run in Scratchbook. Let's see whether a new URL is opened for demo web shop. Okay, so now by default which browser it is taking?
Webshop.
Web shop. No, browser I'm saying. It has opened your Microsoft Edge browser, I suppose.
Yes.
Right, so we have to give them the browser which it will be using. So can you
Okay.
close this? So it should only use a Chrome browser, right? So close this thing. Close the Scratchbook. Yeah. Close all the browsers which you have opened, Microsoft Edge and Chrome.
Hello, close this.
Yes, close this.
Webshop.
Yes. And the Edge browser also. Edge one. Beside that Edge.
Is this?
Yeah, this has opened by the script. Okay.
Okay. Shall I close
this.
it?
Yes, close this.
Okay.
Now to this particular test case, we have to tell that only use a Chrome browser because I in my application need only Chrome browser. So can you click on login page verification? You can see on right hand side details tab, test configuration tab, and control flow diagram which is generated. No, on detail, yeah, here only. You can see a test configuration tab above. Yeah.
Is this?
Below, just below that. Below that. Yeah, here. So control flow diagram will also be generated. Okay. So as and when you apply conditions and all, you will be able to see a flow of test case that you are following. Just can you click on test configuration? Test configuration beside that control flow diagram. Yes. So here we will be providing a parameter in the sense that we have to tell for configurations parameter what is required. Okay, so configuration, what kind of configuration you can do? Like you can tell that in which browser it needs to test, in which environment it needs to test, in which database it needs to look out for. So what is the database username and password? Okay, so these kinds of configurations you can give. So just right click on this login page verification. No, not here, not here. In the test configuration, yeah. And you can see a purple color icon which is generated. Okay, so whenever I want to add new part in which section I go, yes, exactly. So whenever I want to add some new things to it, I go to this particular navigation section. Okay, so this is your create test configuration. Yeah, click on that parameter. Okay, so this is a configuration parameter. Now this configuration parameter you have to name it as browser. So these are the parameters which are already decided. Okay, browser name I will give, and in value I will put it as Chrome. Okay, now we go back to the details. Yeah, beside test configuration. Yeah, details. Left hand side. Yeah. So this is your test case. Okay, now now you do open URL. It will work in. It should open a Chrome browser for you. Just right click on open URL and run in Scratchbook. Right click on open URL. Open URL, not this test step. These are the test step values. Okay, open URL is your test step. So any questions or doubts you have? So you can see it has opened for you in the Chrome browser, right? So there is one more window of Tosca which is opened. Close the Scratchbook, Shweta. Down you can see you have kept the scan as it is. Scan window is as it is. Here down in the status bar you can see. Tricentis, two windows are there. Yeah. The second one, click on second one. Yeah, close this. We have done with this, right? We have scanned the object. Now, after opening this URL, what happens is that we have to wait for something, okay, to load. Always in automation scripts, you have to perform these sections so that your script are continuous manner. They are developed in continuous manner. So if you go to the next part where I have to register myself, can you click on registration? You can see now register on so you wait for this register link to be displayed. So in value you just put it as exist, just go to that register in details. Yeah, value part. Yeah, value column. Yes, value column, not here, down near register. Yeah, you just click on that. Yeah, you're able to see this blue arrow. Just you can go to the arrow first and type exist, ex. Yeah, in this you type exist. Yes, exist. Yeah, right. Leave it as also you type. and come to the right hand side. Yes, exist. No, S should be there. S should be there. Exist. Yeah. Come to right hand side and put as true. T capital true. On right hand side. On right hand side. Equal to, you can see equal to, after equal to you see a text box. Here you put true. T only capital. RUE will be small. Okay. Action mode, you put it as some wait on. Okay, so now we are not giving a input value. We are telling the system to wait for something. So this wait on action is used. Okay. Now can you run this particular thing? Yeah. Only registration part you run, because your browser is already open with this, right? So we'll check that whether it is run. It is able to identify register. So see, it is green. That means it is identifying the register. You can see how it executed this. Okay, just close this. Now after this, what you will do is that we will go and click on register part. Okay, or we'll click on the login part. So in login value, go to value column. Yeah. So here you will be able to perform some operations. So you can see an arrow which is generated. Yeah. Click on that arrow. Yeah. Not blue arrow. Yeah. This one. So click what you want to do on this particular link. You want to click, not blue arrow. Blue arrow is for setting up the properties. Okay. So above what we set up a property is that exist, if it is existing equal to true, if the property is existing equal to true. You saw the properties, right? Technical properties which I had shown you while scanning. So these are the same properties, and these are the actions that are required. So action is click, that we want to do on login. So can you click on click? Yes. And action mode should be input. You can see how the color changes when you try to perform this, right? So just execute registration now. So now what we are doing is that part by part we are verifying each things. Now you can see it clicked on login page, right? So this is your entire test case. Okay. Now close this thing. Now we'll execute this entire test case login page verification entirely. Okay. So make sure that you close the window first, Shweta, which is already open, browser window. Yeah. And it should start from starting. So it should open a URL for me. It should verify that I'm landing on the right page with a register if it is existing or not. And then after verifying, it should click on login. Okay. Now, when you land on login page, the next part is you have to scan that page again, right? Every time you need to do this if you don't have that particular module already scanned. So can you go back to the page login? So anyone has any doubts here? Can you go back to the page, browser page, Shweta? Yeah. So now, because this page is now entirely new, right? Because it is displaying me a message, welcome, please sign in. So I need to scan these objects. Any one of you have any doubts here? How we created the test steps, how we created a test case, and how we are adding new test steps in it? And what all changes and what all values we are giving in the test step. So in the training part also, which you are going through, right, in automation specialist level 1, these all things are all also covered, and to do go through the exercises also. Okay, if you don't understand any video one time, just go through the videos 10 times unless and until you understand what all is working on. Okay, and how things are working on. So first crux of all the automation tools is you have to scan the objects. Okay, and the scanning of the objects will be containing the action part of the object and the properties of the object. Okay, what properties are identifying my object and what action I need to perform on my object. Like I had shown you different types of objects in the jQuery UI link which I had given last time, right? So here you can see how many different kinds of objects are there. So I'm able to see links are present on this particular URL. Okay, links are there. Then you have text boxes which are there. You have radio buttons which are there. You have check boxes are there. You have buttons which are there. Okay, so these are the kinds of different controls on the page or the objects that we need to verify it. Okay, anyone has a doubt in here for the test case that we created today?
Clear.
Clear? Yeah,
Yeah.
it will be
So,
easier for you to now move. Yes, go ahead.
yeah. So the keywords will be standard, like that exists we use. That will be the same
Yes,
for.
yes, they are nothing but the properties. Okay, they are nothing but the properties you saw when we scanned, right? Can you just go back, Shweta, to the modules? Yeah, and just scan this welcome page. Just go to modules again, right click on modules folder. You always scan from modules folder. Okay, like that you will be having in when you are working in your company, you will be having your application name folder here. Yes, scan this particular page. Yes, scan it. Yeah, select click on select on screen. Now select that email text box, password. Yeah, select text box. This is the label, right? I told you the controls. Text box will be A. Password. Yeah, select that. No, not this. No. These are the labels, Shweta. You have to select the text boxes. Email text box where it is. Yes. Here you are entering value, right? So this you have to select. Whatever actions you are performing manually, right? Those all controls should be there in your automation script. Remember that. So text box, you can see email sign, email written, right? First one which you scanned is a label. Just keep your cursor on that. I will tell you. Just keep the cursor on the first one. No, click on select on screen again. Remove select on screen. We don't have to select more things. Okay. Now just maximize this window. I will tell you. Okay. So Vaishali, here if you see email, keep your cursor on email. Okay. So here you can see on right hand side the properties are generated, right? So there are predefined properties already given by Tosca, which is exist, visible, inner text, and text. Okay. So these are already in the drop down. So apart from that, if you want to add any properties from this particular section, you can add. So tomorrow, if I want to verify that tag is equal to label, okay, tag is equal to label, then I just put the blue arrow I select and put a tag instead of where I have put exist, right? I will put tag in that place and label in the right hand side text box which was generated for verifying. Okay, so that is the properties verification that you do. You got me?
Yeah.
Okay, so properties are not they are not coming from anywhere else. They are coming from this section only. You should remember this. So if it is not getting identified or if you want to verify specific thing, you can verify it from these properties which they list out. Okay, and you are clear on the click part also, right? How it is coming?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, yes. Can you close this? Yeah, no, you can click on no. Just go to the modules. I will show you how click and double click and right click is coming from. Okay, so we had scanned registration module. If you are on the track, right, registration module we had scanned. Click on that registration module, Shweta. Not on test case. This is your test case, test step. Just do okay. If you don't want to go directly to the module, just right click on the registration test step. Yeah, these are your test steps, okay, that you are performing. Do jump to module. So this is your module that we had scanned, right? So can you yes, this is the module that we had scanned. So can you check the properties for this? On right hand side you can see a white arrow which is there above near that print sign. Just expand this window, modules window. So section you can see, section which is bifurcating modules. Yeah, this one. Just expand it towards left. Exactly. Yes. Now expand the section which is towards the right hand side. Not this, not yes, this one. You expand. So these are the properties, okay? Yes. Exactly. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Now you can see the properties for these some modules which are there. If you click on login, just click on login here. Yeah, you can see the properties for login button which is there. Okay, so you can see inner text is login here. Shopping cart you can see, wish list you can see, all the registrations which we had done, right? All the properties which we had selected from the technical side, you can see these created here, right? So is it clear from this, from where the properties are coming, right? These were the properties that we had already taken. And there were some extra properties also which were shown on that xscan. So those extra property we have taken in the test step value. Okay, exist equal to true is not here in the ones that we selected. So explicitly we have given from the test step itself. Now, can you minimize this properties window? Now you can see on last there is a value column in the details. Just scroll towards the right. Not this, not this, not this. Move it this towards left only. No, move this towards left. Yeah, move it towards left. You can see a value range column. Yeah, where click and right click is written. Okay, so tomorrow if you have to add a double click also, you can add it in this value range. Okay, with the same format which they have given. So in the drop down, you will be able to see click, right click and double click. Okay, so we selected click for the register, right? Or we had selected click for login. So you just expand that value range column. Can you expand that value range column? Above value range, you can see column. Not that way. Not that way. Yeah, value range. You can see where value range is written. Yes, expand that column heading. Yes, expand this, not drag and yeah. Okay, so you can see here click and right click. Similarly, you can add double click also like that. Is it clear now, Vaishali?
Yeah.
Okay. And these are the functions also, click and right click. These are the functions also which Tosca provides. Okay, so inside it, if you go back to test cases, can you go back to test cases, Shweta? Yeah, expand your test cases. Yeah, just make this towards right and go to the test cases folder, not test case design. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you can expand it. So just click on shopping cart value column. In value column you click. So any value you want to give, right? Whatever you want to perform with that, you have to give here. Just can you start with flower bracket? Flower bracket, you can just type flower bracket. So you can see these are the inbuilt functions which are given by Tosca. Okay, so if you want to take, you can see all the comments which are just use down arrow to go through all the values which are given. Not this down arrow, from your keyboard. Okay, I'm hearing a lot of noise. Please go on mute. Sorry, I'm hearing a lot of noise. Can you go on mute? Thank you.
Yeah, it should
Yeah.
be fixed. It should be fixed.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, so you can see here there are different functions which are provided by Tosca also for each test step. So as and when you are moving through the course, right, you will get all these things in the course. Okay. So I think so we are good for today's session where we created a test case and how to create a test case from module and what are the different functions and clicks and properties that we can utilize and action modes which are used. Okay, so whenever you are giving anything from your keyboard, you use action mode as input. In the action mode column, you can see if it is you are verifying something, you put action mode as verify. So these all things will also be clear with the videos that they have provided in depth. Okay, and they have provided you small exercises also. Do perform those exercises in the Tosca part which you have. So can you save this thing with Control S? Just press Control S, and on left hand side corner,
Can I
you will
save
be
here?
able. Yes, you can save it there. On left hand side corner, you will be able to see that it is saving. Okay. So all of you have started the training part of it. Have you started with AS1? Have any one of you, I can see Vaishali has already started. She has some questions.
I watched the videos in the YouTube for the AS1.
Okay. No need to do it in YouTube. You can directly get yourself certified, right?
Can you please send the link for that?
Yes, I've sent, right? Teachable.tricentist.com.
Okay, that is the link.
It's, yeah. Okay. And register yourself for AS1 and AS2 and start with AS1 first and make these things clear. So whatever we have learned today, right? Those all things are covered in AS1. So any questions you have up till now?
It's very clear.
Yeah, great. I want you to just move forward with whatever you have learned today and try to complete AS1 soon, because again, you have only 14 days with the Tosca part, which is required, right?
And Sneha, in case if they are
Yes.
unable to do that, can they use other laptop and get it done?
Yes, they can use other laptop.
Other laptop and other email address, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Okay. Yeah.
I think we are done with today's session. Let me stop the recording. I have one announcement. Give me a second.
Thank you all.